Alright, I think there's a Jim Sterling video that just came out recently. Or, yeah, 2 days ago. Okay. I think this is like the last video on my list that I need to catch up on. Yeah. Only if you can play Nick. Okay. You can have Nick when we play Left 4 Dead in the future. You think you saw this one? Yeah, I haven't watched the latest one yet. An animated analysis of asset annexation. The Jimquisition. Oh my god, I'm almost afraid. Almost afraid. Here we go. If it'll load. Oh no, is my internet going weird? Oh shit. My internet's going weird. Whoa. I don't know if it's messing with the stream, but like OBS is like spazzing the fuck out. I don't know why, but the later it gets, my internet just goes fucking wild. It gets weird at night. It didn't used to do this, but like lately, like this past year, it's gotten worse. Okay, I think it's stabilizing. Hey, is the stream still good for you, Phoenix? Like, it's good on my end. I want to make sure before I start the video. It's like, OBS was having a fucking spaz-tastic time over here. Peak hours, but for different time zones. Okay, so you're still in the stream. Okay. I'm just gonna take that as you saying yeah. I guess so. I mean, you're ever so helpful, Phoenix. Always and forever. That smile. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, there it goes.
Well, hello there. James Stephanie Sterling.
Hi, Stephanie Sterling.
Women's champion.
Oh yeah, they did fucking win championship wrestling thing. Good on them. Good on them.
For those of you
live your dreams, y'all.
All 5 of you, about my wrestling career beyond these videos, I think it's safe to say that Saturday night.
It's hard to say anything that fucking when nothing is happening. Well, I just meant if like the stream was down or not.
Stephanie, how can a non-binary wrestler be the women's champion? In fact, some big brain on Twitter called me a mentally ill hypocrite for it, as if a wrestling championship is a gender recognition certificate. Well, I am thrilled to be able to answer your question with one simple message, a lesson that you all should have learned by now. The NBiz can have whatever they want. But we're not here to talk about how great I am, so sit down and enjoy another fantastic... My mouth's dry. Nom 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 nom.
What's in the belligerent beak of the discourse duck this week? Wouldn't you like to know, you absolute fuck spanners? Let's reach inside and see, shall we? Why, look at
what the fuck was that?
It's a controversy involving Elden Ring, Epic Games, AI artwork, and accusations of intellectual property theft. Now that's a winning combination. Well, I mean, not for anyone involved.
Wrestling is
Recently,
literally
an
soap
independent
opera
game
with,
studio
like...
was accused of ripping
Well,
off
wrestling.
From Software's work, specifically a series of character animations from the smash hit Elden Ring. Don't know if you've heard of it. Given that game's immense popularity and the sheer obsession with which some of its fans dissect every facet to know it with the intimacy of a midnight lover, you'd almost have to respect the developers of Bleak Faith for the sheer audacity in trying to pass off Elden Ring assets as their own. Except that's not quite what happened, at least according to the accused. In fact, it would appear that Epic Games, through dereliction of its responsibility
Yeah, it's
as a
fucking wild,
storefront
Phoenix, what
owner,
people say on the
may
internet
be the
just because they're
negligent
just...
villain of the piece. Oh, the
they're having a
devs,
bad day.
Archangel Studio have also
so
been
they
accused
feel
of
like
being
they need to be
and
pieces
frankly,
of
I'm not
shit.
even going to look into that fucking nonsense because I'm sick of the word and the imbecilic crybabies who apply it to anything that offends their regressive sensibilities. Twerps. Let's start at the start. That sounds like a good starting point.
Yeah, if there's not
Bleak
dumb shit in
Faith
wrestling,
Forsaken
is
a
it wrestling?
fucking miserable
That is the
Souls-like,
question.
because if there's one thing the games market needs, it's fucking miserable Souls-likes. There just ain't enough of them.
Hey, we just
Released
played a
on
Souls-like.
March 10th, Bleak Faith Forsaken was faithfully forsaking its bleakness until the grim spectre of controversy, the least desirable of all grim spectres, came a knocking at the door. Fucking hate when that grim spectre shows up at me house. Why can't I ever get the grim spectre of, like, roast chicken? Bleak Faith started getting unwanted attention when side-by-side comparisons between it and Elden Ring seemed to show identical character animations. The evidence is indeed pretty damn damning. This evidence was shared by the creator of
I have not heard of this, so...
an animation-based modding tool for Dark Souls, who condemned the use of said tool for
Well,
commercial
I just played a
work.
Souls-like
Bleak
that did
Faith
not copy and
Forspoken is
paste,
100%
so...
using animations ripped directly one-to-one from
It was
Elden
probably
Ring,
made
they
by, like,
said.
2
And
people
I
in the
said
basement,
Bleak
and they
Faith
did a better job.
Forspoken instead of Forsaken. Fucking knew I'd end up doing that before the end of the recording. No, wait a minute, they did it. I mean, it wasn't my fault. I do not condone people using my DS Anim Studio software to aid in exporting animations to include in commercial products or sell them on Epic Games
Okay,
Store.
see, that's just
Things
sad.
looked bleak, but the accused had faith they could argue their case.
Yeah, no,
before
I haven't
being
heard of this one,
forsaken.
Phoenix.
Over on the Steam forums, Bleak Faith team member Roya claimed the animations weren't stolen, but acquired in good faith via Epic. Any animations not made in-house are from the Epic marketplace and have been up there for years rigged to an Epic skeleton, Roya argued. We've heard this comment before, but you can buy the animations yourself if you want, as they are publicly available and have been for a long time. Any other question or concern should be taken up with Epic themselves. I just really like the term Epic skeleton. I'll show you some Epic skeletons.
Whispers in ear. Epic skeleton. Skeleton warriors!
Despite the
What a
emphatic
fucking
claim
trip.
of innocence, Archangel Studios did pledge to rework any animations that shouldn't have been distributed for commercial use. Along the way, the 3-person dev team faced a backlash over its use of AI-generated art for various icon images. They quickly addressed that issue with new artwork. To skip ahead a bit to the overall conclusion of this affair, the animations found to be identical to Elden Ring's are being pulled and replaced. All taken at face value, I really rather feel for Archangel here. I want to say that despite coining the now widespread and sometimes misused phrase asset flip, I have no problem with games using pre-made assets provided the work is transformative in some way. I make liberal use of stock images on this very show, for example, but the application of
The
that imagery
fucking
is utilised to
skeleton
illustrate
dancing.
and visually enhance the original work I've done. A true asset flip is a game so devoid of originality it can't even be credited for the gameplay, let alone the art. These are games ripped wholesale
Yeah.
from an asset store, renamed
Especially
and
when you-
sold
if you're
with
like,
zero
a
effort, but
small
fuck ton
team.
of audacity. See
Is
the
this
sheer
like their first
volume of
game
con
also?
merchants, for
Because like,
example, who've tried to
if this is
resell
their first
Unit
game
Z.
also, that's
It
also
makes
like
sense for a
a
3-person
kick to the
dev
nuts.
team to fill gaps in their creative ability, budget, or whatever, and purchasing assets for that purpose is the right thing to do. However, When you do that, you do just sort of have to trust that what you're using is legit. If I've paid a stock library for footage of a man having a shit, I'm kinda taking it on faith that it's legit stock footage I'm allowed to use, and you have to take it on faith that I'm not going to masturbate to
Fucking
that footage.
phone in the
Much.
goddamn
And
shitter.
one could
What
get
the hell?
burned on that. I once had a piece of stock music claimed by
lives
YouTube's
like
copyright
this?
algorithm, for example, when I thought the very idea of royalty-free music would avoid that shit. When I contacted the stock library, they just sort of shrugged and said it wasn't their responsibility. So, that was that. If it wasn't for the
Wow.
fact that Storyblocks' music library has some genuine fucking bangers, I might have stopped using them, but they got some genuine fucking bangers. Speaking of disregard for responsibility, we have to remember that the animations Blake Faith used were said to have
Just
been
know it's made
purchased
by 3
via
people,
Epic
yeah.
Games, with an estimated 10% of the game being made up of assets acquired this way. So Epic
You're also
certainly had
always
a role
taking
to
a
play in
gamble
all this. As a
when it comes to,
studio,
making
it was a vital
anything
resource
that's
to utilize throughout
inspired
the 4-year development,
or like
explained Archangel when it pledged to
really,
replace the
really
animations. The assets
beloved
in question were purchased
game
from the Epic
series
Marketplace in good faith, and with the understanding
or type
that
of
Epic
game,
went through the proper vetting and review
because
process
there's always
before
going to
listing
be
them for
those
sale.
dedicated
Whatever that vetting
fans that are
process
like
might
going to
be,
laser
Epic Games
focus
has
on
denied
every
doing
single
anything
thing
other
you
than its
do.
due diligence, with the implication
Gonna
that any
pick it
diligence
apart.
on its part isn't actually due. Pursuant to the marketplace distribution agreement,
sad,
each marketplace
but
seller
true.
represents and warrants to Epic that they have appropriate rights to upload their content. Epic shrugged. As with any store that hosts third-party content, however, Epic is not in a position to independently verify such rights, and Epic makes no such guarantee to purchasers of the content. Epic has basically passed the buck with a cry of caveat emptor, and that's, well, kinda shitty, really. You can blame third parties all you want, but if you're taking a cut of a sale made off the back of your store's apparent reputation, I think it's quite reasonable for any customer to trust that your wares aren't stolen goods. There should be vetting. There should be verification outside of Scout's honor, because no game developer should risk being called a thief just because they trusted an allegedly credible storefront wasn't facilitating actual bloody thieves. I don't know, maybe I'm just naive, but I think that Epic Games might have a share of responsibility when it comes to Epic Games' Epic Games store owned and operated by Epic Games.
Yeah,
of Epic Games
if they're
store
selling
fame.
things that they don't
Archangel,
technically
having
own,
been
yes,
burned
that
by
is
all of this, is of the
illegal.
same mind.
Illegal.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Asset theft has a
Ooh.
long and
Whoa.
inglorious history. One day I want to do a deep dive on the first such situation I ever covered in my career, the incredible case of Limbo of the Lost.
That bird up there is really annoying.
Raven, he never stopped. He annoyed Black Hawk very much.
Maybe I could help.
How?
Oh, I know this one.
A point-and-click adventure game of exceptionally poor quality. This bizarrely written and confusingly acted collection of disjointed scenarios was released in the heady days of 2007. Back then, I lived in Eltham with a man whose hobbies included eating cat food and filing spurious lawsuits.
What-
He
what?
collected hats.
Oh my god.
His favourite being a World War II Luftwaffe cap with an SS logo affixed to it. I discovered this hat when I had my friend visiting from America for the weekend. My gay, black, Jewish friend. He was afraid. Yeah, this landlord of mine was the same guy who once turned
Jesus
off all the lights in the
Christ.
house and
I
started
need to play
calling
this, oh my
name
god.
while walking up the stairs toward me
What
with a
was it called again?
flashlight.
Oh my
He
god.
then made me turn the landing lights on to reveal him stood there wearing
Watch
a
me already
straw
have it
hat
somewhere,
and a
somehow.
skin-tight wetsuit. He looked at me, shrugged, and said, "I'm kinky," and then turned and walked away. I was afraid. He used to wipe his toothpaste-covered mouth on my towels. Oh yeah, and he'd fucking fill my computer full of viruses when I went away for the weekend because he'd use it to look at porn. I've legitimately only just remembered that one. I know all landlords are bastards,
Jesus.
but some of them take it to a whole new Luftwaffe cap-wearing level. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Limbo of the Lost. Limbo of the Lost is
Limbo
amazing
of the
for all
Lost.
the wrong reasons. The vocal performances are so committed to matching the grotesquerie of the
Okay.
character designs that they are
I gotta
quite
see if this is,
genuinely
like, on Steam or not.
disgusting and frequently border on indecipherable.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you up there.
Well, hello there.
What
the fuck is happening?
Stuck up here like this. Any idea how long I've been hanging around in this solid little cage? Well, of course you haven't come to think of it. You've really day after day, night after night, just sitting here. Well, of course I do try to.
The visuals are equally sickening, with some of the most unappealing, least well-animated, repellent fucking freaks in game history.
know if I'm spelling
you
it
can't
right, but I'm not
interact with
seeing it
anything without having to hear a loud, awful fucking
Steam.
electrical sound effect.
What about GOG?
Nice
Judy.
room, though. Shame your remote.
They usually have shit that's
not.
not on Steam. Oh my god, this.
I love it. I hate it. And the protagonist's twisted journey through limbo ends with a complete fucking surrender of narrative sense when the game's entire cast throws him a surprise party and sings a song that has to be heard to be believed. And you bet your grundle I'm gonna make a believer of you now.
I can't see a thing.
Oh my god.
Go on, Rita, baby. Now that sounds really groovy. I tell you what.
Oh my god.
Well, it's nice to see Brick safe and sound. After all he's been around, and in my view he should be crowned the King of Limbo. Well, he's had his ups and he's had his downs. He's had his smiles and he's had his frowns. But I'll still say he should be crowned the King of Limbo. Oh, what more can a poor boy do?
What is happening right now?
What more can a poor boy say? But I could use your help in any way.
They really just said fuck it when
Limbo
they
of the
made
Lost
this game,
took to
didn't they?
infamy when it was discovered the game was littered with plagiarized content. It all started with a Game Plasma article revealing backgrounds that had been liberally ripped from Oblivion. This drew scrutiny that led to the discovery of further pilfering, Black and White 2, Sea Dogs, Thief, and even World of Warcraft. Remember how I mentioned the audacity of ripping off Elden Ring is almost worth admiring? Limbo of the Lost is the audacity.
Ah, the 4 years. They prisoned you here. You must be of big importance for them to lock you all up. But Eric will lose you. You just wait and see.
The punishment was swift and brutal. Publisher Trisynergy denied all knowledge of the plagiarism and the game was pulled. The developer, Majestic Studios, would continue its audacious streak by also denying knowledge of plagiarism in the very game it made, blaming sources external to the development team. To the best of our knowledge, Majestic claimed, no one at Majestic, G2 Games or Trisynergy Inc. knew about this infringement and knowingly played any part in it. Whee! Fucking incredible, really. The front on that is beautiful. Not as beautiful as the front on that, but what is? That front was also apparently a blatant lie, considering that Majestic's Tim Croucher and Lawrence Francis quit shortly after, citing the behaviour of certain members of the Majestic Studios team.
Yeah, I'm not finding the
rest
game.
Of their statement consisted of
I don't know
pure,
how
carefully
I'd be able to
written
play it
protests
if I
of
don't already
innocence.
own it.
If it were me, I would turn to drink. Well, that's the reason I think he should be the King of Limbo. Yeah.
Limbo
God.
of the Lost has been a personal fascination of mine since the controversy first broke. I've tried here and there to dig for modern day info on it over the years, but tracking down people involved with it is difficult as fuck. I recall speaking to a composer about it once, but sadly have no record of the conversation. I've chatted with game resellers who had tons
Yeah,
of
I don't think
copies,
I own
followed
it
a lead
either.
to THQ Nordic that turned out to be a dead end. In 2018, I thought I had something. I got a comment from someone at Trisynergy. Well, I'll let the comment speak for itself.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, as I'm sure you know, this game was a disaster, they said. Yes, we signed on to be a publisher, however, we never shipped the product. I think it's best to let sleeping dogs lie. I mean, I would, but lying was part of the problem.
That's cool.
I'm sure
Got
one day
him.
someone with better connections or investigative acumen will be able to produce the documentary I wish I'd been able to. Limbo of the Lost is a truly compelling story, and I feel there's so much of it that remains untold. Of course, one can hardly
You might
blame
have found a link.
Tri-Synergy or anybody else who was involved
Well,
for
is
not
there like
exactly
a-
wanting that muck raked up. Perhaps the dog should indeed lie. But for the rest of my life, I don't think I'm ever going to forget about it. I've got so many burning questions, chief among them being why? How? Why? Limbo of the Lost situation is, obviously, not bleak fates. And in all honesty, I had nothing major to demonstrate by contrasting the two.
Okay, I'll check
outside
that
of
out,
thinking this
and
was
if
a
that
pretty damn
works,
good excuse to bring up a classic
that
bit
is
of video
on
game
the list
bollocks. Well, I
of
suppose
near
the two stories
future
do show a
point-and-click games I will be
universal
playing.
truth when it comes to asset reproduction. Any and all instances will be found out. It's only a matter of time, and it takes very little time at all. Like so many corporations who want to take their
banned in
cut of
Russia,
the money
free downloads,
without
yeah.
any cut of the accountability, Epic
It's
is
probably the
relying on
only way to
others
play it,
do
like,
that finding out.
with this
And to do
controversy
so at the
shit,
very
so it's
literal
probably
expense
you
of
literally
game
couldn't
developers.
buy it. Probably,
Archangel is the
maybe,
dev that got fucked
possibly.
over this time, but it could have been anyone really. The response is not satisfactory for us, and so we have taken the decision to replace the assets purchased from the store over the next several days. Some changes we included in the recent patches, and more are coming in the next few days. Certainly, this has been a huge lesson for us, and hopefully other indie creators
Yeah, it
out
sucks
there
for
too,
these
that
creators,
assets on
by the
these
way. It really
storefronts
does.
seemingly cannot be purchased in good faith. By all accounts, the devs in this situation did
Could maybe
the
find a
best they
physical
could.
copy?
They did the right thing. They went through the proper
That would actually be
channels,
like
and
a
they
good
still
collector
got
thing.
Fucked. Having your reputation
'Cause you
dirty
know
for
me and
doing the
physical
right
copies. I
thing
love
is
physical
pretty
copies
bloody
of games.
horrible, and people make up their minds right quick online.
Especially weird shit
Epic
like
may
that
think
game.
It has no responsibility to its customers, but when you're providing assets for use in commercial work, and that provision could lead to a developer's entire career getting battered to all fuck, I really don't think it's satisfactory.
Yeah, I feel bad
to
for
put the
these
onus on
developers,
the
though.
victim. Plagiarism,
They get screwed over by Epic.
especially plagiarism of well-known work, is stupid. To copy something word for word or reuse without alteration a piece of art is beyond foolish, because you're literally publishing evidence of your theft that can be verified at a literal glance. That's what plagiarized work is. It becomes incrimination the moment you slap your name
Yeah,
on
people
it,
didn't
and
even
it's
have
an
to do real
incrimination
detective
made all
shit
the
to
more
find out.
moronic by the very fact you slapped your fucking name on it. I've had people try to accuse me
They
of
literally just
plagiarism
followed the
before.
trail of
It's always
copy and
been
paste.
Spurious as fuck and quite pathetic to boot, but it was infuriating nonetheless. Not because of the insult to my integrity, but to my goddamn intelligence. My heart goes out to any creative falsely accused of plagiarism. It's a cardinal sin of creativity. One of the worst things an artist could be accused of doing professionally. Nobody should ever be seen as delusional, as self-defeating, as outright fucking dumb as people who thought they could replicate backgrounds from bloody oblivion and get away with it.
I think that we should be crowning the kings of limbo.
God, I have a feeling when I play that
Miniature
game,
Fantasy Commander Sterling, look what we
if I'm able to get it to work,
won a kiss.
like I'm
Hello,
probably gonna
everyone.
need alcohol
Welcome
when I
back.
play it.
Now, we did talk in
Like,
today's
I'm not a
video about
drinker.
taking
I don't really
things
drink,
on
but I feel like I'm probably gonna need
We
it.
do only really have Archangel Studios' word that they use those assets in good faith. Some people are still suspicious, suggest they may have still knowingly used them. Obviously, I'm taking it at face value to make the point
Subtitles
right
are a
in the
must.
video. And I don't know,
Now I'm wondering if the game does have
maybe they
subtitles.
were
Does
that
it?
stupid, but you'd have to be really bloody thick. Speaking of really bloody thick, Stephanie Sterling does have some more wrestling dates. Could just share those with you before we go. If you are interested in seeing the PCW Women's Champion in action, I will be at what's next? Leeds this coming weekend. Saturday, March 25th, Commander Sterling versus PCW Heavyweight Champion Priscilla, Queen of the Ring. That's at True Grit,
God, I would actually
Leeds.
go
The
to
next date is
one of their
April
shows if I
22nd.
could.
That is in Preston. That is at PCW, where I will be defending my title in a triple threat match. What's next?
It
The
does
next
saw some footage that had him.
confirmed
Okay.
date is May 12th.
Definitely gonna
at his
have to.
Big Gay
That's gonna be
Brunch
like
in
one of the
Liverpool.
first things I do before I even
I
play
do
the
have
game.
some other
Look for
dates
them
in
goddamn
between and
subtitles.
beyond that I will be,
Make sure they are
mentioning
on.
at some point. Other than that, thank you as always for your support. It's very graciously received. I think that's it. I'm off to polish my belt now. Have you seen it? It's really good.
God. Oh my god. Oh fuck. That was a good one. And now I got a possible game I can play. Oh man. That was good. I like the new look, by the way, that Jimquisition has going on. The new, like, design and shit. It looks pretty good. But oh my god. I'm not lying. I'm probably gonna need alcohol when I play the game.